Hi guys, it's a pleasure. Yeah, so it's amazing to see you here. Really excited to be playing something and share some things for you. So it makes me happy to see you here. Really happy for be here in Kiesel. Really appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, thank you, the whole Kiesel family for make that happen. It's my first clinic like this, so yeah, I'm feeling like a famous guy right now. You're making feeling like that. That's great. So I guess we will start playing some songs, right? I guess some always is interesting, listen to some cool music. So let's go. Amazing. Yeah. You like that? Great. Yeah. That was interesting, Be playing that. I really love, be playing the songs live. It's something magical happens when you're playing in front people, Something different hits you. So, yeah, it's amazing to be playing here again, I'm really grateful for that. And I hope we can, talk a little bit and listen some guitar playing. So for me, it's the best part, we playing guitar, but it's always interesting be talking about how, I compose or how I wrote all those things. So for me, it's really important when I'm writing music. It's like if that is instrumental music, it's different than when you have a singer. So I try to make the music more interesting for the audience. Because if I repeat the same thing like a vocalist song, something like that, in my case, I don't like that. I really love this kind of journey things. Like you listen this and you can imagine something. So yeah, so that is how I start writing this kind of things. And of course, I think it's really important practice before you track your music to something. All the time I say, so the two great moments to learn and get better with the instrument is, first of all, track your music, and the second one is play that live. Doing that two things, you will get a lot better, just doing that. So when I start playing this kind of music live, something changes in my playing, because you need to be aware of your bendings, of your tempo, and all those things, It's not just shred, right? So I was talking with Brandon, like, I really get mad when I'm playing and my bands are out of tune. So it's like, shit, I really hate that. It's like, why? So yeah, it's really important when we are doing that, and imagine how we will play that live. And yeah, so I remember be talking with Jordan Rudes from Dream Theater, and I opened a Dream Theater show in my country, and I was so nervous. And I was like this, guys. To be honest, I was like, what is going on right now? Why am I feeling this? And then I said, like, okay, ready. I need to play. And then after the first song, I was like, okay, relax, just enjoy this. It's an immense opportunity to be here, learning, of course, and enjoying your playing. And then after that, I talked with him, and he said me, remember that feeling always, because now, every time when you practice, remember that nervous feelings, And that right now, all the time I do that, I imagine myself playing in front of a lot of people, and it's like, okay, got it. And I need to be ready to do that. So for me, it's something really, really important when I'm practicing my instrument right now. So I guess it changed a little bit, when I wasn't playing live. Then when you play live, you need to change some things. Be aware of your rhythm stuff too, because it's not just shred, So normally it's like 5% of the song. If the guy really loves the shred, you will have a solo or something like that. But normally it's more about rhythm things. So you need to practice that too with metronome. So it's something that I really love when I'm writing music. It's like, okay, so I will write this, and then I will be practicing to track my music. I think that is a really amazing step, Be aware of when it's time to do the palm mute, when not, some little details that just but that is your work as a player, right? So you need to get all that dynamics, and get the feeling, to send that energy when you are tracking the music, because then you can't change nothing. You need to track that with intention. So if you don't do that, it will be impossible in the mix. Send the energy, the vibe that you're trying to get. It's impossible. So yeah, so for me, it's really important that. Another thing that I really love to be doing when I'm writing music is listening what I'm doing. Normally be in my bedroom writing things, and then, oh, that's sick. I listen that. And then you start walking, oh, that sucks. Why I did that, What the fuck is this? So it's really important, give that time to you when you're writing music, because sometimes when we are dealing with something, it's like, oh, that is perfect because it's tough, sounds good, and then you listen that in the context, and it's shit. Always, that happens to me a lot, So right now I have 3 rules when I'm writing music. So I don't know if they are 3 or 2. So the first one is like, if the riff moves me and it's simple, great, keep that, because you will be playing live and you will be enjoying your thing. So the second one is, if I'm playing really tough things and the riff is really tough and I'm like, wow, I nailed that, So it's a tough song, so nobody will be able to play this. But the sound is horrible, go out from that, Because, if something doesn't move you, why you will keep that in your music? So, and the third one, let me remember, I guess it was just 2 rules, So my memory is horrible sometimes, So I don't know how. Normally I can remember how to play all the notes, So normally I'm never able to play my stuff. It's something really weird when I talk with friends. They are like, can you play your song? It's like, oh, I don't remember how to do that. So give me 1 hour or something like that, That happens to me always. But that is normal, because, we are learning new things, and then all the stuff is solved, right? So it should be there. So yeah, there are some things that really helps us when we are writing music, because I think that is the most important question when you're playing guitar. Which kind of player do you want to be, you know? The cover guy, a writer guy, you know, you have a lot of options. So for the same, in my case, I ask myself, like, which kind of guy I want to be? And I say to me, like, I want to make music, you know? So I want to make music with my guitar. So I need to make that happen. And I start working, and every time you will be learning, because this is for your whole life. That is something really important, you know, because you can leave the guitar and stop playing, but trust me, 10 years later, you will be listening music and you will listen to guitar and you will be, oh, I want to play that. And you will be like, shit, I don't know why I stopped playing guitar. When I do lessons, I got a lot of students like that. And I say the same, guys, this is like a drug. One time you are here, it's impossible to go out of this. You know, you need to love this, and we're here, we love instruments, so that's insane. We love music, that connects us. So for me, that is the most important thing when we are playing, you know. So I don't know if you have any question or something like that about the things that I'm talking about. Do you have one?
Again?
Let me know.
It's not necessarily about what you spoke about, but I'm curious, when you learn a different scale, and let's say you learned the basic shape of it,
Yeah.
how do you expand on that?
Yeah.
And all over the fretboard where you can find very interesting phrases using those different
Yeah, to be honest, I don't remember a lot of scales, you know, being honest. But yeah, so I guess when I'm learning something, I try to write something with that, you know. Every time when I'm learning a new skill, new harmony, things like that, it's like, okay, I will find something cool and I will write that, and then I will play the idea. That really helps me. So every time when I'm learning something new, I write music with that. Doesn't matter if I will release that or not. It's just to apply the things, because every time that you learn something, you need to apply in your playing, not just memorize that and then, you never play that. You need to apply everything that you are learning. And I love that, because when I write solos, it's like that. It's like, okay, I was learning this, and it's a tough thing, but I need to be able to do that because it's in my head, yes. And then start practicing that. It's all about that. That is the way that you can grow up with the instrument and go out of your comfort zone doing that. And of course, I guess a really important thing to do with the instrument, I do that too much, and I've been watching a lot of videos of people saying that you not need to do that, but in my case works. It's like put YouTube videos and just practice simple things, really simple things, just to get the muscular memory, just to be able to play stuff like that. For me, that is the most important thing always. Feel free, you know, can talk with you and play some shred things at the same time, you know. So something like that, I don't know, it sounds louder, I guess. Let me put too much volume. Yeah, talk with you. I guess that is, and keep talking with you. Like be playing, and at the same time, I'm able to play guitar. You know, I talk Spanish, so this is weird for me, you know? But I'm still playing this and keeping my mind with you. It's one of the most important things when I'm practicing. Be able to do this. You know, like, oh, great. I can talk with you and use my brain when I'm playing. That is nice, right? For me, that is the most important thing when I'm practicing. Be able to do something like that, you know? And that is something weird because it's like a circle. You learn something and then you need to forget everything to feel free playing that. So, yeah, how to get that? Practicing. But my trick is watch TV or videos or something like that, because you will be practicing just little things like this, watching something like, got it. I can talk with you playing this. I know that I'm using alternate picking, so it's nothing weird happening with that. I feel that. So when I play guitar, the only thing that I love to be using are my feelings. You know, like, yeah, alternate picking feels like this. And when I play it, it's like, that is the feeling that I'm getting playing that. So for me, it's really interesting that, because I keep it simple all the time. All the time when I practice in something, it's like, I guess this is simple, you know. I don't need to overthink in simple things, because if I overthink in things, that's not a good deal, to be honest. So for me, that is my rule always. Just, I have a new pattern, like, it's just practice, you know. So I will practice that first, get that in my brain, you know, because that is a really important point, guys. First of all, you need to memorize the patterns and then play them or practice them then. Because I watch a lot of guys, on Instagram, you know, learning something like 1 hour ago, and they are like, I don't know, I'm sucked, I don't know why I can't play this. And it's like, dude, you have been practicing this 1 hour ago, so your brain needs to process that information. What the fuck are you talking about, Just patience, You probably would take 2 days or 3, but patience, not 1 hour. So sometimes that happens, and that reason people get frustration, because the learning process is going in the wrong way. Because you need to memorize first, understand what is going on with your right hand, left hand, and then apply and put the metronome. It's impossible. I really hate to put the metronome when I'm learning something new. It's like, dude, it's horrible. You are my enemy right now, so I hate you. I don't want to have you. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. So for the same, first of all, memorize the idea really slowly, really slow. Practice that. Feel relaxed playing that slow, and then you can put the metronome and have trebles doing that. But with the idea clear in your head. That is one of the most important things when I'm practicing something. Okay. So, do you have any other question? Feel free. Let me know.
Right. What's your favorite practice routine or a practice routine that kind of took you to the next level?
Yeah, I guess my routine is really random. Depends of what I'm going to achieve, I guess. But yeah, so I guess the really heavy jump, my technique was when I left the university, because I was studying nutrition, so really weird things. And then I left that. I say like, I love guitar, and I have just one life, so I will try that. So I remember that because that year, 2021, I stopped playing guitar a lot, nothing about that, just grabbing the instrument and try to do something, but not practicing. So I remember when I end that year, and I said to me, so I need to go crazy with this because I've been losing my technique, and I don't know, I'm feeling really uncomfortable playing guitar. And then the thing that I did was like go crazy and start practicing impossible stuff. Really impossible, In fact, I had problems in my finger joints for the same. So I was really obsessed with that. Like, I need to get better 100%, doesn't matter what. I need to practice and practice. So the obsession really helps me. So if someone say, the obsession is not correct, yeah, if you put in wrong things, it would be wrong. But if you put in good things for you, it will be insane, right? So I get really obsessed, really, really obsessed, yes, practicing. Because I woke up like 8 a.m. to practice until 8 p.m. Really crazy into that, just eat something and say, no, because now I have time to play. In the university, I don't have time. So I think I need to be real with me and put my 100% if I want to get better. And I was practicing just stretch positions, really impossible things, unisons from piano things, that I think that's really helps you to your language because it's really out from you are learning guitar, So every time when I learn unison from piano players or keyboard guys, then I play guitar and it's like, wow, feels simple. So for me, that is my best way to get better with time, be practicing all the time, really weird things or go out of my comfort zone. It's like if I play alternate picking, it's like, okay, I will be practicing legato. I will be practicing, I don't know, selective picking or something like that. Because if I want to get better with time, it will be impossible being in the same place all the time, right? So practicing the same stuff. Today I will practice this, tomorrow the same, past tomorrow the same. I guess that is weird, right? So that was my way, like be obsessed with that and practice really impossible stuff. And then when I got certain level, I stopped to do that. I started getting more time to write things, like mix that writing process with my practicing process, which is my favorite thing because it's like, okay, practicing scales and things like that is a little bit boring. So what I will do, I will try to make cool lines and then I will practice them. And the goal will be put the video today in the night in Instagram. So I did that the whole year, 2022. I was crazy making content Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday. Doesn't matter what. I was really into that. Like, it's my work. I left the university, but now this is my work. I need to get better, and this is my goal. I will have all the videos here to look my progress. And that works, because then in 2023 I was watching videos and wow, now I'm sounding clean, And that is other important thing. Never put deadlines, because when you put deadlines, you can destroy your motivation, because you can be in that deadline and not get progress, and you will be like, oh, I sucks for the guitar. This is not for me. And the guitar is for all of us, It's just practice the correct things, So never think that you are not for this. Eliminate that thing for your brain, because if you practice the right things, you will be able to do whatever you want. Remember that it's something that you need to put in your head now, because sometimes we are like, no, I'm not for this. But this, you need to ask yourself, am I practicing correctly? Am I doing this in the right way? How? And then you start to fix your little problems. Not be like, oh, this is not for me. I will left this. No, the great players got obsessed with the instrument. Alan Holtzwood, Frank Gambale, all the guys that you look here, they got obsessed with the instrument. For the same, great players had that obsession, They practice a lot. They used to be playing guitar the whole day. That is the truth. It's not about YouTube videos like, I will teach you, I don't know, say you why you have been practicing 10 years in the wrong way. No, it's not about that, because this is just disinformation. You need to be careful with that, with the internet videos too, because sometimes it's just ground information, and you can be doing the things in the right way, and in the video will be, oh, it sucks. That is the reason why. It's the same with your ways to play guitar, I never say that, like, you need to play like me because that is the correct way. Correct way doesn't exist, guys. If you look, Marty Friedman, he's playing like this. It's so weird that. And some guys will say, no, you will have problems with that. But for him, it's natural playing that way. In my case, I love to close my hand and I open when I play rhythm stuff. But that works for me. So for the same, every guy needs to have his own search. You can have, things for your favorite players. He say this. You can test that. But if it doesn't work for you, doesn't matter, because we are different. All the contexts are different. We are not the same, guys. So for the same, you need to be smart of that and not be following all the time the things that your master players say, because sometimes it's not for you. You need to be aware about that, Like, I really love John Petrucci, yeah? But I live in Chile. I born there, It's really far, so if I want to go to Berkeley, it would be a lot of money too. So it's like, I need to be real with that. Like, my dad have money? No. What I can do? I'm a prodigy? In the theory aspect, no. So I think it would be impossible. So what can I do? Just keep playing, and find my own path, because it's all about that. Not necessarily you need to follow the same thing like your heroes, It's something that sometimes is really wrong, okay? So do you have any question right now about, let me know.
You're still a nutritionist, music for the soul is nutrition.
What?
I said music for the soul is nutrition. Yes, well, and the journey you take us on with your music is personal, of course. I wonder, the backing tracks that support you and the music you write, can you talk about where you go on your journey, where you like to think you go, or in your mind when you're playing what you think of?
Yeah, so this is a little bit really sad when I'm playing, because I lost 2 dogs, and every time when I play for them. I have that in my head all the time, and for my family too, because I'm here for them. I'm really grateful for my family, to be honest. So for me, without love, it's impossible to live. So I really love to keep that always with me. The love is the most important thing always. So without that, I think, I don't know, it will be in the trash, something like that. To be honest, I'm being honest with you. So yeah, I need them. I need that kind of things, because I want to feel something when I'm playing. It's the same when I'm walking, I feel the wine in my face. That makes me feel alive. That is something that I really love, like be walking and feel that. It's like, yeah, I don't see this, but I'm feeling this weird thing. It's like the love, So it's like, I don't see the love, but I'm feeling something weird. And that is amazing, because you are humans. So every time when I play, I think in all those things, and I try to feel comfortable, and I hope they can listen that, they are with me always. So yeah, so that is something that I think when when I play music live, and when I write music, it's more about, you know, it's like for me, it's so necessary to write music because it's not to, no, I will make this and it would be nice. It's more about, I don't know, I need to express something, I need to say something with this. And I love to go to walk and listening to music just to disconnect about everything and just be in the music. Walk and walk. Another thing that I really love to do is like stop listening to music for 1 week or 2 weeks because then hit you harder and it's like, wow, got it again. It's insane, that feeling. I really love to do that. So normally when I'm not listening to music, some podcasts or things, or walking with some friends and talk with those guys and, have relations and be living the life too, because we need to live the life too. It's not just playing guitar like a crazy guy and then don't have social life too. That is really important. As humans, we need that. We need that thing. So for the same, I really love to be careful with that. Play, but at the same time have time to my mind to be relaxed with my friends, talk things out of the guitar, just random things, nothing more. It's all about that. Okay? So do you have other question? Let me know. He first. Yeah, you first. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you write your own backing tracks as well? You record all that stuff, or do you have someone else do it?
Yeah, so I have, for 2 songs, I wrote with really cool guys from my country, Jaime and Martin. I hope they can see that in the live. So yeah, so we did that in the studio. He recorded drums for 2 songs. That was sick too. And then I used Superior Drummer to write everything by hand. It's something that I really love to, be writing drums. So, I don't know nothing about drums. If you ask me play this, it's like, no, I can't. I can't. But I can, I guess, write by hand them, That takes a lot of time, but I guess it's really important. In fact, in my music, I really love to have the drums really louder because I guess, I don't know, I love to have the kick and the snare in my face and the overheads too. I don't know, I just love every instrument. And the same with the bass. In that case, it was more about copy the guitar, and then take some decisions like, okay, so it's sounding bad because it's really low. I guess the bass player needs to change some things. But yeah, so now I've been working on my album too, and it has been so different this time. It has been thinking about more things, mixing my live shows experiences with the experience to be in the stage, So I guess it will be so different, but I love that because that is the kind of writer guy I want to be, like not be in the same place all the time, just be testing more instruments and listening more things and trying to expand my musical vision to the place that I want. So yeah, so for me that is really important, not just be thinking about guitars, like listen the whole thing, the chords behind, the orchestration if that have, the bass player, what is he's doing. I really love bass, So when a guy play bass correctly, that is nice, and the drum the same. I really love drums too. But yeah, so I guess for me, for this side, I did that with those guys, okay? So
Since you said you had practiced an extensive amount of hours, and you said that you did suffer an injury to one of your finger joints
Yeah.
because of the obsession in practice.
yeah.
If you still practice an extensive amount of hours, how do you prevent any future injuries or any repetitive strain injuries
Yes.
from popping up?
Yeah, so the point here is like when I got injuries, like problems, was because I was playing extended things, So what I did was stop playing that, and I restart playing, like normal things, like scale, trill per string, simple things, just to be able to do something, Never stop to make that because sometimes you can stop, and your body, will be like, oh, I'm feeling rusty right now. So I never stop to do that. So I say like, okay, so I guess I need to practice other things because when I play this, it's impossible right now because I'm feeling something weird here. So I stop to do that And I start to do some things and some cool exercises for this, you know. But yeah, I think it's really important to be careful with your hands because you will be using your hands forever, you know, until your last day here. So for the same now, I think I'm more smart about that, you know, like I need to have careful sometimes, you know. I don't need to do that. So I remember I was doing a lesson and the guy said me like, "Oh, can you play that?" And I played that, and then after that, I was like, "Oh shit, I got a fucking pain here and my wrist too." And I was like, "Oh, I think I don't need to do that, you know, never more, because I'm feeling weird." And I was so scared about that, like, no, I guess I hope I'm not having nothing weird, you know. And next day I was okay, but yeah, your body is smart, you know, so he will say you when it's time to stop, and your brain the same, you know. And that is other point, you can be practicing a lot, but if your brain is tired, dude, you are losing the time because it's not processing the whole information. So you need to be aware of that too every time when you're practicing. Like put the mindset, play that, or watch something, but knowing that you are doing that to get better. So for me, those are the most important things when I'm practicing on getting better guitar. It's really important. So any other question before the songs?
First off, you're amazing.
Thank you.
What do you do when you get, if you do get writer's block or feel uninspired
Yeah.
to play something new? Do you just stick with it, or do you put it down, or?
No, I think it stopped to do things. And I stopped to make that happen, and I'm just listening to music. I love to do that because then you will get that. But sometimes that can happen, and you are writing something really cool, and you don't know how to overcome that. Like, okay, so I have this section, but I need to mix with this other one, but I don't know how. And that sounds really, I don't know, I'm overthinking too much, right? Because that happens to you. So, yeah, I really love to listen different kind of music. Nothing about guitar. Go out guitar. Stop. You know, listen to some orchestration scores, piano things, synth things. And yeah, then you start getting some new ideas. That is nice, you know, or more like, okay, what happens if I just put a chord and try to do something with the bass? And you start, you know, your mind starts to open again. But that is something that happens to me this year, you know. I was working on my album, and I was like, I don't know, I need to do this. But then I wasn't remember the reason why I started writing music, you know. I was more into, no, that needs to be like this. And then I remembered that, and I was like, yeah, remember the feeling, why you start to write that specific album. And then I say, yeah, all the time was be there, you know, just grab the instrument and be playing around, and then if I got something special, I will play that into the studio or something like that, you know. But that is my way, really simple, I guess, nothing crazy with a right thing, like, oh, this will be C, E, something like that. No, I never do that too. It's like I grab the guitar and then, oh, that sounds nice. And then I put the ideas in the computer, and then people ask me, what are you playing? And I say, oh, I don't know. That sounds nice to you, but I don't know what the fuck I'm playing, to be honest. You know, so that happens to me until now. That is other thing too. I was a huge fan of David Darrell from Pantera. And he teach me that, you know. You don't need to know a lot of theory things. You need to feel that and use your brain. And I start making that happen. Like, yeah, the music is here, you know. So if I can imagine that, I will make that possible. I don't need a book or something like that to be writing things. Of course, if you like that, it's insane to you. But in my case, I never fell into that. So for the same, I repeat the same. Depends of your context, of your context. In my context was more like chill guy, you know, like grab the guitar, play, and then yeah, that sounds really good, and then keep doing that. But never into this kind of, oh, I have this book here and I'm writing this because I'm learning the Lydian thing, and then I will play into Mixolydian doing this kind of intermodal change. No, never. In fact, everything that I learned with guitar was randomly just playing guitar. The molds and things like that, I was playing scales like this, like Lydian things, like and then I play the same thing in other key, and I was like, wow, that sounds interesting, like this. it was like, wow, that sounds cool. I have a new trick right now. But it's all about that, you know. So, of course, I know the major scale because I started teaching guitar, so I needed to study a little bit, you know, because I was really scared when the guys was asking me about theory. I was like, oh no, dude, don't ask me about that, please. And he said me something like, this is like this, and I was like, I guess. I guess that is like that, you know. Sounds good, yeah, I guess. I guess that you are doing it in the right way. And then when I explained my vision about that really simple things, he was like, okay, got it, you know. I understood the thing that you're saying, you know. But yeah, it's all about finding ways to play something interesting and find ways to simplify all the information, because the theory thing have a lot of information. So I was like, oh no, I need to simplify this because it's a lot of things. So yeah. So other question?
Did you ever draw any inspiration from video game soundtracks?
Yeah, but it was more watching movies too. You know, like watching something and then be listening the song of the movie, like, wow, that is so nice. And my girlfriend were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, listen, the song is so perfect for this situation, you know, that fits perfectly. And she was like, oh, okay, got it, you know, like a crazy guy. But yeah, so every time when I'm, you know, listening something, you know, something catch me, it's like, what is that? Why I love that? And then I try to find that and try to keep listening that, because some music is insane. Another thing that I really love to think when I'm writing music, and it's for that reason, I guess, the sound is really cinematic kind of thing sometimes, is because I love this kind of wine in my face. I explain like this. When I play in a solo or something like that, you need to feel this in your face, like, whoa. So that is my explanation. It's so simple, you know. When I'm writing that, it's like, okay, I have this section, but I would like to feel this in my face and my hair, like, oh, got it, you know. So it's something really nice, to be honest. Okay, so now I will play another song and then I will take more questions, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You saved me, dude. My memory is horrible, dude. I say that. The song is a little bit longer, but yeah, so I don't remember how to play that solo, so yeah, that is the reason why. Yeah, always. So yeah, so now we will take more questions, okay? And then I will play other song. What do you think? It's a good deal, I guess. Yeah. Any question? Ah. Ooh. Jeff asked me that, and I couldn't respond that because it's like, again, my memory is so bad. When people ask me things like, "What do you want to do?" or "What kind of things do you like?" It's like, oh, I don't know. Sorry, my mental block is like attack me really heavy, So, I don't know. Horror movies, I said. But the good ones, I love the Exorcista, I guess it's called in Spanish. I don't know how it's here. But that really old one, it's like really good one. And yeah, and other movies. I watched this Inglorious Bastards, I guess. That was, yeah, it was really good. Hans Landa, that guy was so nice. I was like, wow, this is a good one. But yeah, things like that, I guess. Normally I don't watch too much movies, so it's like, I'm start watching something and I can end the movie in 4 days, like I'm watching something in 30 minutes and like, I need to do something for my life and then try to play something or go to walk or listen in something. And then next day is like, okay, I have free time. I will watch that again. But it's all the time like that, so yeah, it's like that. So you will ask something. Yeah. So, yeah, so I guess my favorite player was my dad first because he used to play too. So then I fell into, of course, because I born with a really into music family. My dad used to put Pantera videos, Dream Theater things, Alice in Chains, Ozzy Osbourne, and I was into that. So when I grabbed the instrument, I fell into Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. I was like, wow, that guy rocks. He can do that. And then I start trying to play Dream Theater songs. Just be playing 2 years guitar, and I was trying to play Dream Theater songs. My perception, I don't know where was that, So I just got problems doing that. But yeah, then he started to teach me with his music. And then I remember I was playing Call of Duty with a friend, listening Erotic Cakes from Guthrie Govan. And I was like, wow, that is nice. And my friend, he plays guitar too. He was like, yeah, it's nice, but makes me sad. And I was, why? Because why he's so good? And I was like, I don't know, dude. But if he's able to make that, I guess other humans can do the same. So I got inspiration for that. I never tried to play a Guthrie song too. I really love to listen to him. Eric Johnson too is really nice. And I fell in love with Jeff Loomis too, with Nevermore, this Conquering Dystopia thing with Kate Merrow. I was really into that. And in fact, my first 7-string guitar was a Schecter, and my dad buy that for us with my brother because my brother played guitar too, and we tried to play that. So our dream was, I will be Jeff Loomis and you will be Kate Merrow, playing the rhythm and stuff. And we practiced for that. But yeah, Steve, of course, Joe Satriani, because my dad used to put the G3 video, and I was just watching them playing, like, wow. So I never discovered guitar or metal kind of things. It's always there. So I'm really grateful for that, My dad did a good job with that side, and my mom the same, because my mom was putting other kind of things that, put you out of that, like Simple Red, things like that, Europe, and other kind of music, which is cool too, because it's not about being the same mood always. So that really helps me to go out a little bit of different kind of music. So yeah, I guess that answered your question. So other question? Let me know.
Do you have any kind of favorite wood combinations on the guitar, or
Oh,
not even matter for you?
yeah, so I guess I'm right now testing, and my memory is so bad. So I was asking to Brandon about that. Brandon, which one is this? Because this is so comfortable and sounds really nice.
Is that one?
Yeah.
That one's mahogany body and maple top.
Yeah, that works, I don't remember that. Yeah, being honest, it's like, oh, so I just put the things that looks nice, and then, I was like, I don't know. I think it would sounds okay, right? But yeah, I really love this guitar. Yeah. So let me know. So I put some something like that on my phone. I have the solo and I say like something like that. That's my way to make that happen. It's so random. But in fact, sometimes I walk in with my girlfriend and it's like, oh, I got this, and I start to make chats, just that. But then sometimes you need to be really clear with your idea, because that happens to me sometimes. Like I listen to what the fuck is this shit, why I did this, So I hate that, and that happens to me always because I'm a chaos with my order and my projects. So I remember I was sending the songs to my bass player, and I sent like 1,000 tracks. And he was like, dude, my computer is crashing for that. Send me, I don't know, not the whole information. I said, oh, sorry for that. But yeah, that is something that I really love to do sometimes. And remember, where is the file too? That is really important because you can forget that, and it's horrible. So any other question?
What's your process for writing solos?
Yeah, I think is so nice because it's like have the backing track and then be playing around that, and then you start to find some ideas and you start to understand where you will be putting those ideas, and you create the climax and things like that. And when you're repeating something, I say to me like, yeah, but I did that, so why I will repeat the same thing? And I try to change that. Something that I really love to do is like use Audacity, I guess, and put the tempo low, because if I can understand that, it's like, okay, I will play that slow because my brain is not ready to think really fast. And I start finding some options and then turn again the speed to the level. But sometimes some ideas sound really good at certain speed, so then you want to play that fast, and it's like, oh, no. In this context, sucks, this idea. But yeah, it's really, I guess, in my bedroom alone, close the door, I open the window, look the trees out, it's like really like, wow, nice, let's make something. And then I start playing guitar really randomly, just grab the instrument but now I guess it's a little bit different, because now when I got something, it's like I use my voice first. I don't sing, I sucks doing that, but yeah, I'm alone in my bedroom, so for that reason I can do that, And I'm 100% secure nothing is around that, nothing close. So I start to sing some melodies, and that is nice because you can get some different kind of intervals, movements, not really like a guitar player when I'm making melodies. And I love that. So writing this new album, I fell into that, like make that more. So I had the backing track sounding, and I started like use my brain first and then guitar, just to have something in my head first. And then sometimes you can make something interesting and really melodic and epic things. And yeah, that's how I write my solos. Any other question? Let me know.
Play clean or acoustic, or do you prefer playing?
I play clean, but it's more my personal side, so like just for me, just to have the guitar, the phone out, just to make things like that. I love to test in some demos too, with acoustic things, but it's not something to show to the people always. It's more about me, just finding some chords, some interesting things, or practicing some, weird things too, But I really love to do that when I'm trying to relax, like, okay, I'm really stressed right now, so what can I do? Turn off the phone and play guitar, because I guess I divide when I play guitar in two things, One of them is when I'm working with that, making lessons, doing things like that. And the other side is like when I'm playing for me, because I start playing guitar for that, to feel comfortable and use my brain a little bit. So for the same, when I'm really into that, I really love to eliminate everything and just test tones and things like that. Just hang with the instruments, like, wow, I'm having fun with this again. So any other question? Let me know.
Yeah, do you have any advice for people wanting to move into 7-string guitar?
Just make the change. Yeah, because you need to play that, So if you don't play that, it would be weird to imagine how will feels. So at the beginning is weird. You will be just playing this the whole day, but then it will change, you know. I hope, because I am still doing the same. So yeah, that is nice. So other question? No? Okay, let me know.
Do you improvise at all? Like, are you like play improvised music?
Yeah, so I was talking with Brand on that, right? Yeah.
We were doing some improvising earlier.
Yeah, we were doing that, and I say to him the same, like, I don't show this because it's more about me enjoying that. So sometimes I put random music, some pads and things like that, and I start playing over that. And then it's like, wow, that sounds really good. And other times like, wow, that was shit, you know. That is how it's life, you know. So yeah, do you have other question? I will change my guitar right now because I need to play this one. That is great. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you. Oh shit. You're the best. Brandon. He's the best. So, any other question before this? Let me know.
What, do you know what amp you're using on the quad quartet?
Yeah, I'm using QC Plus and this one.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's great. If you want, you can check my preset too. You know. Yeah.
What impulse response are you using?
Huh?
What impulse response?
I guess I don't remember. But I guess it's nothing. I don't buy nothing. You know, it's just default things. I guess it's like a Mesa Boogie thing.
Yep.
You know, like something like that. You know, 412, something like that. Yeah, that one. Yeah. But I was talking with Brandon early, like in my lead tones, the microphone. You know, you have here the thing. My microphone goes out just to have the scream sound to the lead things, and the rhythm stuff is more close to you, you know, to shock more. But yeah, something that I would love to be testing, because for me the lead tone needs to feel like this in my body, like, you know, not like. Yeah, that's great. Amazing to know that. No, because I made those presets when I had a show. I opened Baby Metal Band, and I was like in Halloween, you know, setting everything. Like, I hope this sounds good in the show. I hope, because I had a 5150, but it was really playing this kind of stuff. So it's like, I need to do some changes, and I start finding something. So I spent the whole day just finding that. But it's really easy to use this. So any other question? All good? Great. That's amazing. So, I need to prepare myself to this song because it's so tough. I don't know why I did that. You know, every time when I play this, I'm scared, to be honest. I really love to listen that, but not play that. Oh, sorry for that. So, I hope you enjoy that. Do you have more questions? No?
When is your album coming out?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of questions in my head right now, you know. But I hope next year. I'm doing my best. I guess next year. So, or oh yeah, yeah. But I need to be like some great guys, to be honest. You know. Yeah, Brandon. No, he knows everything. You know. That's great. Yeah. So, other questions? No. No, unfortunately, no. But I will do a studio performance with my bandmates when I get back to Chile. So I need to come back, do some rehearsals, and then go to the studio fast. Yes, do the same thing right now, but with drummers and bass player. So it would be nice, I guess. Nice. Yeah. So other questions? Let me know.
Do you like the Kyber or Kyber headless more?
Oh, I'm not a headless guy, but I need to be honest. That Kyber headless was nice. So sick. Sick. Yeah. It was a sick guitar. When I played that, I was like, yeah, finally a brand thing about whole the instrument. And the bridge, I was talking with Brandon too. The bridge is so nice. I can't have other words. Just nice. And you can do the flutter and sounds like a cat, like something like that. And I love that. I love that sound too much, you know. So I didn't know about the name of that thing, you know, the flutter, right? So I say like the cat sound, like something like that. Yeah, I don't know nothing sometimes about guitar community things, you know, because I grow up just playing guitar in my bedroom. So then it's like, oh, they have names for that. It's crazy, you know. In my head, that the name is more simple, I guess. But yeah, I guess Kyber and Kyber headless is amazing because who loves headless guitar, he have the option, and who loves headstock guitars, he have the option. They are just both amazing. So other question? Let me know.
What's your favorite 7-string tuning or what gauge strings?
I all the time play in B standard guitar, so I really love drop A2, and this song was in double drop, so this one was G and this one D and this G. So it's really low, and you need to be careful with the size of your strings for the same. But normally 10-56, I guess, is the most common way, right? All the time that. So any other question? Okay, so I guess we are ready to
Give away a guitar.
yeah, great.